guys, welcome back to the channel, Yorkshire Crafter. My name's Julie and today I have got Flosstube. So this is Flosstube 217. So what have I been working on since last video? So the Friday after I recorded, I started stitching on chocolate delivery. So this was a suggested piece from Sisky Stitches, so I didn't do the same projects. So she suggested for the F for fluffy, for flavour, for chocolate delivery. So this is what this one looks like. Chocolate delivery from Soda Stitch. So that's what that one is going to look like. Bit to the side, and I've worked on this one quite a few times. So chocolate delivery I have worked on 3 times for a total of 869 stitches. So this is where we are now. So 869 stitches, so I've worked on this 3 times. So I was finishing off this front gnome here, and then I started some of the letters for the word chocolate up here. So I'm using one of the variegated threads that I stitched the coffee sampler coffee that I have done previously. So yeah, that's the last F in fluffy. So that's where we are now on that one. So then on Saturday I worked on honey delivery, and this is one of the pieces for the Glamorous 3. So this is honey delivery from Soda Stitch. So like I said, this is the one of the 3 for the Glamorous 3 game that I play on the Facebook group. So I was working on this back gnome here. So honey delivery got worked on twice. So take this clip off. No, I wasn't working. Oh yes, I did actually. So I finished off this gnome down here. I think I had some of the ground to do underneath, and then the hat to finish, and then I came all the way over with one of the greens, and then I have started the front gnome with the flowers. So I've worked on this one twice for 740 stitches. So I started this one last year for Becky's birthday, so Becky's Crafts here on YouTube. So that's where we are on that one, and that is another piece for the Glamorous 3. No, that's one of the first pieces for the Glamorous 3. I don't work on the chocolate for Glamorous 3. Then also on Saturday was the family get together at the Italian restaurant. So yeah, I managed to get quite a bit of stitching in during the day, 540. And then on Sunday was the family barbecue. So we spent the morning, getting showers and getting ready. And we went over to Mark's mum and stepdad's house for about 1 o'clock. And he was, well, Jack was our eldest. He was fixing the speaker system. He was having a look at his step-granddad's speaker system and trying to figure that out. So then sort of 2 o'clock onwards, other people started showing up, and I think we ate about 3 o'clock. And then we got home around 7. So yeah, I just had a coffee, chilled out, catching up on my phone a bit, and then about 8 o'clock, 7:45, something like that, I got into bed and started watching YouTube and things. So that was Sunday. So I didn't do any stitching that day. It was a family day. And then on Monday I worked on honey delivery for another 200 stitches, and then I decided to restart the temperature piece. So temperature walk with me from Stitching Mommy. I wasn't happy with the colourway that I had picked. So this is the temperature walk with me. So it's the doggy one, the paw prints, and we have the little doggy at the top there. So yeah, Stitching Mommy. So I decided to, I wasn't sure whether I was going to restart it until I looked at the PDF and the different colours for the temperature. And yeah, when we get into the high 20s, early 30s, it's quite uncomfortable for us in the UK. So I wanted those reds. So I went for the extreme temperature list, the extreme colourway, and I am much happier. So I will show you the previous one that I started. Like I said, I just wasn't happy with the colours because I'd picked the lows and the highs. So even the winter months, I really wasn't happy with the colours because, like, this is I'd say February, January and February, quite a lot of greens, and yeah, in January and February had quite a few minus temperatures, and it was still in the greens, and I wanted like these blues, but they weren't coming up very often. So like I said, I wasn't happy with those, so that's going away, and I restarted it. So this is the beginning of January, so still the extreme temperatures. We have got some of the greens, but we are seeing some blues, some like bluey greens with the extreme temperatures. So these blues here are like the minus temperatures, so I do feel a little bit better about the colours in there. So the bluey greens, and but then when we start getting into the higher temperatures, like say the mid 20s, early 30s, we are starting to see the oranges and the reds. So I think it's going to look much better. So I think this piece is going to be my focus for the weekend. So yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think I'm just going to concentrate on this piece and try and get it caught up, because as you could see, we'd sort of come round and then we'd come back out again. So I have got quite a bit to do. So I think this weekend, this is going to be my focus piece. So yeah, like June and July, we should start seeing those hotter temperatures, those red colours. So I think I'm going to be much, much happier with the extreme temperatures for the colourways. So that's going to be my focus this weekend. So that's that piece. I can probably show you the extreme temperatures. So I'm going to try and show you. So yeah, the late the late 20s we start getting into the oranges here, and then like the early 30s, and then like 40 above. So yeah, starting looking in these oranges here in the mid 20s, and then going up to like 39 plus. So it's very rare we reach 40s, but I think last year we did reach the 40s. So, and then down here is the minuses, so getting into the blues, and like those greens there, getting into the positives, like the 1s and the 3 degrees and things like that. So I think I'm going to be much happier with those colours. So yeah, I think I'm going to be much happier swapping to those extreme temperatures. So that was Monday. Tuesday I worked on chocolate delivery, and then I did a little bit on Harry Potter, but it was maybe 20 stitches. So I carried on Wednesday for the Harry Potter gnomes, and I didn't count it in the games and things that I was playing. It was maybe 20 stitches, so I didn't bother taking a picture for that, but I did add it on to the Wednesday stitches. So Harry Potter gnomes, let me show you. Find it. So these are the Harry Potter gnomes from Soda Stitch. So these are in my Magic School supplies. So if you remember my August plans video, I am going to Magic School. So this month I am collecting my supplies. So this time round I collected for the uniform. So as you can see, they are in their Hogwarts uniform. So the Harry Potter gnomes. So Harry, Hermione and Ron. So yes, I have collected for the supplies for the uniform. So Harry Potter gnomes got 345 stitches. So I did some more of the ground down here, and I have started Hermione. So this is her lantern at the bottom here that she is carrying, and the start of her uniform. So we've got the black under here for the cloak, no, the black down here for her robes, and then the start of her cloak. Yeah, you can see the different colours there, look. Yeah, there's her shoes here, and then her robes coming round here, and a little bit more. So yeah, you can see there's about 3 or 4 different colours in the robes there. So 345 stitches that I have collected for the uniform. a magic school uniform. So I will be working on that one again for the wand. So yes, I'll be working on that piece again to collect the wand. So you can see there, the front gnome, the Hermione, has a wand in its hand. So yeah, I'll be working on that one again, probably next week, and then carry on with the rest. So yesterday I worked on book delivery again for the supplies. So this is book delivery from Soda Stitch. So I was working on this end gnome, the last gnome there. So I finished a couple of the books here underneath the frog, and then I needed to do a little bit of filling of the other books there. So yeah, I worked on this piece yesterday for 414 stitches. Threads back in. So book delivery, and this is where we are now on book delivery. So like I said, I finished a couple of books at the top here. I needed to fill in some of the books here, and then I started the grey for the outline of the beard of that gnome there. So I'll probably carry on with the body of this gnome, and then I'll come over and start this front gnome with the teacup, and then I'll come back and do the frog last. I don't know why with this project I've always had in my head that I want to do the frog last. It's gonna be cute. So yes, how many did I say? 414. So I have my books for the supply list. Losing threads. That's the books. And then also yesterday I worked on tulip delivery. So this is another piece for the Glamorous 3. So let me find. So this is tulip delivery, and again from Soda Stitch. And I just put 100 into this one because it only came up once for the game, for the Glamorous 3. So yeah, I've got let me see, what did we say? Honey delivery, chocolate delivery, and tulip delivery for the game. So yes, I do have chocolate in the Glamorous 3 game. So yeah, so that's tulip delivery, and like I said, I only put 100 stitches in because it only came up the once. That's the middle gnome there, and I was working on the front gnome. So this one is going to have a red tulip, and yeah, we've got the windmills here, and you can't really see the white blades, so I might have to probably backstitch those. So yeah, you can see up close, you can see the blades for the windmill. So yeah, I'll probably have to put a little bit of grey or something, make those stand out on this white fabric. I should have dyed it really, but I either didn't get time, or So yeah, tulip delivery got 100 stitches. So I think I worked on this leaf up here, and then I started some of the white for the shading in the beard there. So that was that one. So that was tulip delivery. So that was my stitches for this week. Excuse me. Sorry, drink a coffee. So yes, that was my stitches for this week. So yes, I've worked on the Harry Potter gnomes for the uniform. I have worked on book delivery for the books. So I've still got to do the cauldron, the potions ingredients, the starter simple potion ingredients, the wand, and then the pet. So I have got at least 2 weeks to get those done, and yeah, keep going on my Glamorous 3. So this weekend we will have next week's Glamorous 3 calls, which I have been writing down and grouping up. So whenever I pick up that project, one of the 3, I look to see how much is called for that week. So whether it's 300, 400, or sometimes just 100. So I will do the stitches for that week on that one project, and then when I post, I put the dates that it's stitched for. So rather than doing it each day, which I find I can't work on anything else, I just set aside a few days just to get that all stitched and posted in the group. So yeah, temperature piece for this weekend, and then see what comes up next week. So yeah, my focus is the temperature piece this weekend, and then next week it's just whatever comes up. So I do have a little bit of haul, and then I also have some freebies to show you guys. So I'm going to start with the freebies first. So the first freebies that I saw was from Pink Lily Patterns on Facebook, and it says, so as I missed last month's free patterns, I have got 4 patterns for you guys completely free. Hope you enjoy. So 2 for last month and then 2 for this month. So they've very generously given us 4 patterns. So I will show you individual photos in a minute. Come on, camera. So those are the 4. Very, very pretty. So we have this wintry scene. So a woodland path with snow and lanterns. Looks like it's still snowing, but we can still see some flowers and pretty things. Looks like snow on the path there, but I don't know if it is, because like I said, there's very vibrant flowers. But it, yeah, gives me wintry vibes. So that's the first one. Then we have these plants and cactuses, or cacti. So that's the second one, plants. And then we have this cute little gnome. This cute little gnome, look at him. Or her, whichever. With the beard, him. Come on, camera. You need to focus. Come on. Focus. Oh, there we go. Look at him. Very cute, very pastel-y colours. So very cute. And then last but not least, we have a little cottage. Very country garden. Lots of flowers, and we've got like the little archway and yeah, that little cottage with all the pretty tiles. So that is the 4 from Pink Lily Designs. So thank you very much. I did put a thank you on the group. So yes, very pretty pastel colours. So those were them. And then did I see anything else? So those were the freebies that I saw this time. And then myself, I picked up some patterns from Etsy from Awesome Pattern Studios. So the price on these were £3 something, £3.07 I think they were, or $3.69 or something. It came up on the Etsy shop. So this first one is the Great Hall. So like I said, this is from Awesome Pattern Studios on Etsy. So we have the Great Hall, and this one is 150 stitches by 150 stitches, and on 16 count Ada it's 9.37 by 9.37 inches on 16 count. So 9 by 9 on 16 count. That's the Great Hall. Then I got this beautiful seahorses. I have been on the lookout for a seahorse pattern for ages. Ages and ages. So I really love the colours in this one. Really pretty. Again from Awesome Pattern Studios on Etsy. So on 16 count, well, this one is 120 by 120 stitches, and on 16 count it's just under 8 by 8 inches or 19 by 19 centimeters. But I thought that was so pretty, the seahorses. And then I picked up the burrow, again from Awesome Pattern Studios. So this is the burrow. Come on. So that's the burrow. Yeah. And this is 150 by 200 stitches, and on 16 count it's 9.37 by 12.50 inches. Yeah, 9.37 by 12.50 on 16 count. So that's the burrow. And then lastly, I got the poodle. So this is very cute. I just love the pattern in the poodle. Come on. Need to focus. Come on. We don't want to focus today. Come on. Come on, camera. Oh, it did. And then I moved. Come on. So, yeah, that is the poodle. Oh, no, we've gone. Let's try and focus. Come on. There we go. Look at all that gorgeous patterns in the fur. All the swirls. That's very pretty. So this one is 120 by 120 stitches, and this is on 18 count, and this is 7.50 by 7.50 inches, so 8 by 8 on an 18 count. But yeah, you can always calculate it to the fabric size that you like to stitch on, so you don't have to stitch it on what the model's been stitched on. You can just calculate for the fabric that you like to use. So yeah, Awesome Pattern Studios. So this all came about because I had showed my husband a full coverage that I wanted to stitch, and I told him the price, and he's like, it's like the eyes freaked him out. So I told him that that pattern was £12, but then I'd also seen some smaller patterns that I could get for the same price. So the other pattern that I saw was a Jasmine Beckett Griffith from Pain Free Crafts, and yeah, he was totally freaked out by the eyes. You know, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Yeah, her. With the big eyes, you know, the girls, the ladies with the big eyes. So, but then I did tell him about some smaller patterns, and I could get 4 for the same price. But then checking out, I didn't realise the tax. With them being PDFs, there was no sort of shipping charges or anything, but they did add tax, with it being Awesome Pattern Studios in the Ukraine. Yes, in the Ukraine. But yeah, so the other pattern, he's like, no, it's scary. So anyway, so yeah, I've shown you my little bit of haul. I've shown you the freebie charts, and I don't think there's anything else to share with you guys. Let me just double check. Just a quick look. See if anything suddenly pops up, as these things tend to do after you've finished recording. No. No, nothing's suddenly popped up. No sudden sales or anything have popped up. Like I say, as these things tend to do, you press stop record, you look on Facebook or wherever you're looking, and the sales pop up in every direction. But hey, these things happen. So I do want to say happy belated birthday to Chris, to Crafty Chris. She does have a YouTube channel, but she hasn't been able to do anything for a while due to ill health. But happy belated birthday. It was yesterday, as well as Heidi. So Cross Stitch with Orchid. She also has a YouTube channel, but she hasn't posted anything in a long time. I think it's maybe at least a year, if not 2 years, since she posted. But yeah, Heidi. So Heidi and Chris, happy belated birthday. They were yesterday, the 14th. So yeah, happy birthday, ladies, for yesterday. I do know that Chris said that she got spoilt. She got some flowers, a happy birthday balloon, and they, her and her husband, Dave, had one of the, oh, what's it called? The tea baskets. Oh, what's it called? Afternoon tea. Yes, the afternoon tea baskets. So with the little little square sandwiches and little cakes and scones, and yeah, their son always treats them on their birthdays to an afternoon tea basket from one of the specialised shops in their area. So yeah, they probably enjoyed that for their tea yesterday. I'm not sure about Heidi, but normally her husband Manos, they will get something special in for tea, something nice. I can't remember what it was last year that they had. Oh, I can't remember now. It was some special meat or something that they don't always have, so it was a special treat. I'm not on the regular shopping list, or something specially brought in for a meal for their birthdays. So they often do that. So yeah, ladies, I hope you both had wonderful days. So yeah, I will get the temperature stitch some progress this weekend, and then next week we will get back to collecting our supplies for magic school, because next month is travelling to Hogwarts and starting lessons. So probably the Great Hall will be started, excuse me. So yeah, the Great Hall from Awesome Pattern Studios will probably be started next month. The Great Hall for when they have the welcoming feast. So I'll probably start that next month. And then maybe the Borough, I don't know, that might have to wait. But yeah, so next month we'll be starting lessons, so we can pick out of the tin. I keep getting myself all confused, and so yeah, we're collecting supplies this month, so next month we'll be starting lessons. So I'm going to stop rambling, I'm going to stop waffling, and I'm going to let you guys go. So remember, guys, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye, guys.